Welcome back to UMass Yak Back. I'm Jake Liberty, and it's good to be back in my seat. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. We'll be talking about three big topics. First, service puppies have invaded UMass, so make sure to get your woof on. Secondly, we'll be talking about marijuana legalization. Weed is tight. And lastly, we'll be talking about Tesla self-driving cars. You don't want to miss this one. This is UMass Yak Back. Hi, welcome back to our first segment, in which we'll be talking about service puppies back at UMass. Now, service puppies are cute, and they distract the class, and everyone's just like, oh my God, there's a puppy, because why not? They're puppies. But what they're doing here at UMass is something very heartwarming and very important to those who need and have disabilities. So here to talk about this, we have and Jack's first day on the set. Jack, welcome. Ladies, thanks for everything. So, who doesn't like service puppies? Is that a question, or you're telling me you don't like service puppies?
Well,
How come?
I never.
You never what?
You never like service puppies?
No, I'm surprised that she claims that she does not.
I have never. I got you. Well, I don't. I mean, dogs are fun in general. Whatever they live, we all live. I had a run-in recently with a service dog.
Really? Let's hear about it.
The leash tripped me.
The leash tripped. So you ran into the leash, not the dog.
No, the dog purposely.
You never know, that leash could be out.
Probably not.
Wow.
Probably not.
Leash probably
Anyways.
hates you.
Anyways, like the service dogs, like it's really nice what they're doing. Trust me, I work with a lot of people that have disabilities, hard of hearing, blind, seizure, whatever. The dogs are great for those purposes. Do I think that they should be around here training dogs? Do I think that the girl next to me that has, not her, I'm saying hypothetical.
Come on, Molly.
A hypothetical girl next to me that has
I mean, big deal.
allergies to dogs should go to class and be exposed to dog allergies? No, I don't think that.
Well,
They should not have them on campus.
So what, should they get rid of pizza from the lunchroom in the event that somebody's allergic to lactose?
A pepperoni won't waft off the pizza and get into a girl's nose. It's
You don't know that.
that's true.
Pepperonis have been known to do that. They're very aerodynamic.
I have had dogs go into my nose once. They wafted right in. It was pretty bizarre.
No,
But
the
I
fur.
agree. Oh, I thought you meant the whole
no,
dog
no,
would
no.
waft off the leash. That's why I was like,
no.
I thought I was the
fur of
only
a dog.
one.
Like girls aren't, people aren't allergic just to dogs. They're allergic to the fur.
No, actually, the allergy comes from the saliva in their fur because they have to lick themselves all
fur.
the time.
So the
That's a
fur
fun
wafts
fact.
off.
Did we get that?
So anyway, the therapy dogs, that's a great thing. I intentionally,
Thank you, Molly.
at meals, I intentionally sit next to people with therapy dogs in hopes that the dog will crawl under the table and come to me. I
You
have
shouldn't pet a service dog.
Hey, I'm the one speaking here. I have been known to sometimes hold like hamburger or various meats under the table, but like some people say it's spiteful, but I like dogs, so it's okay.
Nice.
You're not allowed to pet them. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying general public. You're not allowed to pet them, because it's
Well,
it interferes with the training.
You're not. That's why you got to smooth talk the trainer. And
Yeah,
to be
that's-
Well,
like,
yeah,
"Look
I've
at
asked
that
plenty. I've
dog."
asked
That's
plenty
the
of
point.
trainers, and I'm like, "Hey, can I pet Alfie or Bailey?" And they're like, "Okay, sure. Hang on, Alfie. Sit down, Alfie. Okay, good. Go say hi." Yep, they're very feisty. Those dogs. They love
are.
attention.
Well, they don't get any.
They get a lot.
I don't know.
They
I
get a
petted
lot.
them, and they
Well,
seemed to have a good time.
on the other hand, though, the other day in class,
I
I
had a
had
good
some
time,
girl
too, if you pet me.
who was training service dogs. She has a different one every class or so. And in the middle of class, the dog just, that's a bark.
Right.
And I fucking shit
Thank you
myself.
for clarifying.
And I almost crapped my pants
Right.
because it literally scared the crap out of me.
Right.
It was right next to me, and when you just hear like, whoa, in a class where everyone's half asleep, you're going to be like, what the hell? So is it worth it?
So is that a positive thing you're saying? Or?
I mean, service dogs are absolutely positive, but I don't know if they should be training them at UMass. I don't want to be woken up to that class.
What do you feel about
Nothing
service
going on.
dogs coming into like restaurants where you eat and the fur flying around?
Well, I hope they're not getting trained in the dog. If they're trained dogs, then they can come anywhere. They're not going to bark, but that dog was not trained and he barked and scared me.
Well, how are they supposed to get trained then? In what setting?
Magic.
Oh, okay.
Settings that people consent to
Ha-
having
ha-
them.
Consent is trust.
Do you know of any actual incidents where students with allergies to dogs
Yes.
have run into trouble?
Yes. I just told. Did you not listen? I just
Nope.
told a story.
In
about
one
that.
year and out the other.
Wow.
I have the attention span of a rodent.
Don't offend. I have a pet hamster, and I don't like when you
He's
offend
very
him.
focused, actually.
Anyways, yeah, he's very smart. So, anyways, this girl had a sneezing attack, and she was too nice to say that it was from the dog. She whispered it to me.
Well, could it be the common cold that's going around? Oh,
No,
she whispered
it to me.
What else did she whisper?
She said, she goes, that dog
Sweet
is,
nothings?
She said, yeah, she says, you're really great looking. That dog, I'm allergic to its fur. And I had a talk with the owner, or like the trainer. I said, you know what?
Talk.
I said, I think you should ask the people around you if they're allergic to dogs before you bring this dog in. Like you don't go to class expecting to have a dog here.
No, but it's a nice surprise.
So
When they're not
to
trained.
some
I've never been
people.
in a class
Yeah.
with a service dog. I didn't even know they went into
Oh, it's
classes.
a thrill.
Some professors bring their own dogs and just let them roam through the aisles and stuff. I hear it's quite a treat.
What of your, is that a dog pun?
No.
It's quite a treat.
It's quite a doggy biscuit.
Yes, it is.
Your puns are rough.
Oh. Oh my God. Well,
And we're sending you to the doghouse.
Your bark is worse than your bite.
now we're just making terrible puns.
We're boned.
Oh.
I bone.
All right, enough with the puns.
Right,
Let's
okay.
get back on topic.
Dogs, that's what we're talking about.
Dogs. Should they be trained at UMass or not?
Should all dogs be trained?
All dogs should be trained, except for wild dogs, because they're wild.
What about like
Timber
Clifford
wolves.
Clifford the big red dog?
For the big red dog was trained,
Right.
and I think that he should have been trained.
His
At
other
UMass-
family
at
died
UMass?
2 years ago.
And then the
It makes me
Howards left the
sad.
city. Why'd they leave the city?
Because he was too big to fit in the apartment, and the people of Birdwell Island were very welcoming to Clifford. They greeted Clifford and Emily.
He knows it's good.
It's quite accurate.
You're right.
So yes, would you consider Clifford a service dog?
He provided some sort of service. If
Well,
you
yeah,
know
when
what
the
I mean.
when,
A
when, the
ride,
hurri- when,
no-
a hurri-
no
when a
paying for
hurricane was
gas?
when a hurricane was striking Birdwell Island, he helped dig sand mounds to like protect buildings and whatnot.
That's not perseverating on Clifford.
Hey, I'm not the one who brought up Clifford.
You're right.
Well, guys, thank you so much for the segment. It was just a trip. Stick around. We'll be back to be talking about legalizing marijuana, whether you should or shouldn't, and there is no right or wrong answer, except the wrong answer is you shouldn't. The right answer is you should. We just said it. All right, thanks for joining us again. Now, the news has been absolutely swamped with Trump and Hillary and Trump. And that's all good and well because it's the president of our country, the future president of our country. But what's more important is voting yes on question 4, and that is legalizing marijuana. Here to talk about such a topic, we have Allie, Christine, and Robbie. And might I just say, it almost just seems like your hairs are just blowing in the wind. Like it's just so natural. It looks great.
It's from the subject matter.
Yeah, I guess
we got
so.
excited.
Read is tight. All right, let's hear it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
I think marijuana should be legalized for multiple reasons. One, because we haven't really been able to research like the possibilities with it medically because of the limitations on it, and I think it's really important for people to be able to access it not only for like serious medical issues such as cancer and brain issues, but also for anxiety and depression. And also, I think that there's the whole issue of like mass incarceration of people for very small marijuana-related crimes, Like, for instance, this article we read earlier this week, this woman is possibly facing 54 years in prison for having a marijuana club, which I don't think is right when, like, everyone's doing it.
Marijuana club?
Yeah.
All right, what do you,
I don't
what do you say?
I also say yes. I personally think all drugs should be legal. You know, not about that big government, but
Oh, so all drugs legal.
all drugs legal. Like
Just walk into
choice.
CVS.
yeah, you know, if you're stupid
I'm looking
enough.
for a quick snowfall tonight.
No,
I'm
I
gonna pick me up some Coke.
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be like sold in stores. But like, I don't think we should penalize people for like doing it because like people do drugs anyways, and then
Yeah,
Said
and the government's
penis.
able to regulate it. Like the
This
way the
is-
government
this is my
regulates
opinion.
alcohol, they can
Right,
regulate weed.
that's where I'm going. So in the early 1900s, they were like beyond then, but like they were able to drink alcohol legally, and then prohibition came about, and people weren't able to drink alcohol, but they still did it anyways, and then they ended up, you know, being able to drink alcohol legally again. So it's like we haven't had a chance to smoke weed legally. So why don't we give it a chance? If it doesn't happen, then a prohibition of weed will happen, and then we'll see how that goes. And if it just keeps happening in speakeasies and whatnot, as it is right now, pretty much, then we'll just see. It'll be history repeating itself, pretty much, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that there are certain things that the government can try to regulate, but they can't. Like, just like, I mean, this is dark, but prostitution too. Like, they try to legalize that, and it happens underground, and there are so many people getting sick and stuff like that when they could legalize it and government regulate it instead of banning it. Do you know what I mean?
Me and Allie had a debate. We both argued on the side of legalizing prostitution. So I'm with you 100%. We should legalize prostitution and legalize weed for multiple reasons. Prostitution, one, it's the oldest occupation in the world. Fun fact. Two, it's a good time. Three, you can't tell people what to do about their bodies. And four, it's a good
People are going to
time.
do it anyways. There are people
Well, here's my
dying of
question.
sexual
So you're saying that you shouldn't get a ticket for not buckling your seatbelt, since it's your choice and it's your body.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
What if your body flies out of the car because you weren't buckled and kills someone else?
it's
I don't
your-
think that's how it works.
Whoa.
It's different than drunk driving. Like, I don't think your body can fly out and kill someone else.
Well,
Has
It
there
can-
ever
You're
been
right,
a case
you're right,
of that
it
There's
happen?
definitely been a case.
it
sorry.
can't
Has
if you're
there?
buckled. It cannot do that
Of
if
a
you're
body
buckled.
flying out and killing someone else?
The billions of car accidents in history. You're
The
telling
body
me there
would've-
has never
oh,
been
okay.
one where a
The-
body has flown out the window
Because
and
they
killed
were
someone?
unbuckled. I'm just saying.
I heard one of a 300-pound woman not buckled up. The car gets hit from the side and she went out the passenger window.
And what happened? Did she die or did
Oh
she,
yeah, she was.
And did she
absolutely
kill
right.
anyone else?
Yeah, she killed
300
a
pounds.
3-year-old.
I'm sure 300 pounds coming full force is gonna kill
Okay,
someone.
well, let's frame it this
Little
way.
Johnny walking on the
Let's
street,
frame it
7
this
years old,
way.
with his backpack.
Okay. I doubt that's what happened.
I don't know if it happened, but it
But
could
I
have.
think that buckling, if you not buckling your seatbelt does put the other people in the car in danger, then yes, that's like drunk driving. Because like you're getting behind the wheel, but it's not like it's like, oh, it's my body. Like if I get in an accident, I'm hurting myself because you could hit someone else and you could really hurt them.
But
I agree.
What
Kill
if
them.
what if legalizing marijuana then leads to high driving, which a friend
High
of
driving,
mine.
But we won't have to worry about it. Fast forward to next segment.
Yeah, well, yeah. Think about it. Like, do you think that
True,
do you
it's
think
like
that
peak.
alcohol being legal has
Camera's
led to
not
more
on.
drunk driving? Do you know what I
What?
mean? Alcohol is legal and it's not like an issue because people are worried about drunk driving. It'd be the same thing with weed.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that's also something to consider because
Well, yeah, because you can't pull over someone and like you can't. There's no way to test like if someone smoked
Ooh,
within a few
there
hours
is.
before there is.
Yeah, well, those are the actual tests are for like weed specific are inaccurate. But apparently, there's like an 80% accuracy one. You know, when cops do like this, it's actually because when your brain is incapacitated, your eye like automatically jerks. Versus if you were sober in your brain, no matter what type of
Substance, yeah.
intoxication, you would not have the jerking from your eyes.
I always have the jerking.
Well,
Yeah, my
you're
friend's
fucked.
mom does
Nope.
too.
Your friend's
eyes-
mom always has the jerking.
Her eyes are always.
Did you send her
going
my
back and
business
forth.
card?
Yeah.
My
Good.
question is like, well, for me, it doesn't really make a difference because like, well, I'm just gonna throw it out there. What would you guys rather do, drink or smoke, if you had a choice?
Smoke.
Smoke.
Both.
Right.
You have to choose though.
For me, it's like legalizing.
I
weed.
don't know, but booze is so fun too.
It's
That's
like
completely
right,
fine. If I'm
right.
at a party with a bunch of people, I'd much rather be getting drunk, and like everyone's drinking.
Also,
but if
if
I'm in
there's
a small
food-
group, if it's like the four of us hanging out, I'd definitely rather like.
We
smoke.
should smoke weed.
The thing for me is like
On
it's
air.
like I was drinking when it was illegal, and right now I smoke and it's illegal. So it's like these rules aren't harming me and making it
They're
legal.
not harming
won't.
you, but they are harming people.
Don't
Like
tell them that.
they're harming
Everything
people
goes on
that
the
do
internet.
get pulled over. Like for instance, like the mass incarceration of people of color in the early
Oh,
2000s
it also,
that literally got put away for small marijuana petty crimes.
My mom also used to work for the crime lab, and she used to be really upset by all of the small drug charges because they actually take away staff from like the murder cases and like rape cases, and
Put them on the yeah.
then they have to like do the crime lab forensic-y shiz stuff for stupid weed.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
And people get like put away. I saw something on Facebook the other day, and it was a video, and it was like this older man, like this nice man, was being put away for more time than like a rapist was for marijuana. Do you know what I mean? It's
It
like
happens. That's
you
just
have
our
to
criminal
measure-
justice society, though.
But if weed was legal, that wouldn't happen. Is the bottom
That's true.
line.
If weed was legal, everyone would just be chill.
Plus,
Because what have we learned on this segment?
Weed
is
is tight.
Thank you. Stick around for our third segment. Stick around for the third segment, and we'll be right back at you with some yak. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Robots are finally taking over with Tesla's self-driving cars. Here to talk about it, we have Bernsey and Jack. Thank you guys for joining us again. Christine, always a pleasure. So let's hear it. What do you think about these self-driving cars? Are they going to be productive? You think they'll actually work?
Well, I actually feel that this is the first step in an evolutionary process that will cause Disney Pixar's Cars to become a reality. Because if you think about the world of cars, humans have ceased to exist. So these self-driving cars may grow their own intelligence, and 2 million years from now, we'd have made it overtaken mankind.
Back on like the normal subject. I would really love, I think self-driving cars are great. I think there won't be as many drunk driving accidents. I think it'd be great for me who likes to get drunk and like could use a ride. I think it'll be great for just dumb people. People are dumb. You could text and drive. It won't be a thing anymore, you know?
Well, how
Good all around.
smart are these cars? Like, can they literally, you just put in an address and they'll just take you there
Yes.
with the right
They
speed
have
limit?
so they have like 8 cameras around, and they know the speed limits. I know GPSs already know the speed limits, and so yeah, it just
Well,
takes
think
it
about
there.
it. Yeah, I think we're headed
So
there.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the details, but they have cars that stop when there's another car in front of you, emergency braking, and they have drones. You think about it, they fly around themselves. I think we're headed there. I think it's good. You combine GPS with all this technology, it will take you right. You'll have Ubers take you right where you want to go. It won't even be your car at some point. You might not even need a car at some point.
Yeah, we could all just have self-driving taxis.
Right.
Constantly.
Yeah.
That would save the environment more
Yeah.
too.
So carpooling. Yeah.
I can say this, as soon as you brought up speed limit, I just realized, think about it. Police love giving tickets in order to raise profit for the state. So if we have all these automatic cars that are automatically obeying the speed limit, then they won't have reason to pull anybody
I
over.
feel like you should still be able to program your car to go faster, because like if you want to disobey the law, like you should be able to.
Maybe
that
it's
raises
like,
I don't know. Like
question.
if I want to,
maybe
if I
it's
want to
like
go
an
fast.
autopilot kind of. You have a switch to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
we could hire Wookiees to drive all of our cars for us.
Well,
What's
now
realistic?
Tesla is all about the environment and making an environmentally safe car. They had the Tesla something 6S
Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
So we'd all be
Yeah.
like
And that was
smart
great. That was
hybrid
an
drivers.
electric car. And now they've come out with this. So they're really making big bounds and leaps to help the environment. But how soon do you think these cars can be on the road? Bernsey, you said the technology's there, and you're not wrong. We're sitting on it.
I think the technology's there, but I think it's going to be a while before we actually get there. So we do sit on our technology all the time.
Thanks, Bernsey.
Yeah, I think we'll get there at some. The thing is, I think a company like Tesla will have to survive because I think they're losing money. Not losing money, but it's going to be tough to get. Yeah, they
they're
are.
losing money
Safe to
right
say
now.
they are losing money because it's tough to get this innovation. I think maybe it's going to take at least 20, 30 years. If they're able to survive that, they'll be like the top-notch company because we'll get there at some point. We always
It said
do.
they were going to have models available though in 5 years, which is like very, very soon.
So we can all. So I'm not an expert on the subject, but Tesla's technology, it's super advanced, something that the other automobile companies don't have. I have a feeling that say Ford or whatever, they probably lobby Congress to limit how many of these automatic driving cars can be produced.
Great
It's
theory.
I know it's a completely different industry, but the television.
Prostitution?
Oh. No, not prostitution. The television broadcasting industry lobbied Congress to limit the growth of cable in the 1950s. And that's why cable didn't take off until the 80s, where Ronald Reagan deregulated it. So, what if a similar thing happened in the automotive industry?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, corporations are so big. There's a lot of big car companies that don't want this. We'll see what
I
they
feel
do.
like Tesla though is also pretty advanced and also pretty nice of a company. I know they had those crazy batteries that stored solar power stuff, and I'm pretty sure they let the technology they showed other companies their technology. They weren't monopolizing it. And I feel like a lot of the other car companies already have the technology too. They're just not taking the leaps that Tesla is willing to take. Cause Fords and Toyotas, they all have the emergency braking and the beeping if someone comes too close to you on the side. So that's all just cameras. Just put mad cameras around. Sense when shit's coming at you.
Yeah,
Omniscient view.
Yeah.
yeah. I think they really want to do good for the world. It's not just a marketing technique. They want to get to electric cars. I think the self-driving cars would be run on no gas, so it would be good for the environment. And if
No
we get,
gas?
I mean, would be electric, I would assume, because they made an electric model.
Right.
Now, what if a self-driving car is self-driving and then it dies?
That's a problem. I mean, there are there are safety.
That's definitely a problem.
Yeah, there are definitely safety concerns. What if it what if the brakes stop working and it just keeps going? Is there an emergency?
What if it doesn't sense a car coming at you and it has to take a left across a highway and then boom, you're smoked and you don't want to be?
I don't even think it's the best way to curb drunk driving. I once read an article where the author proposed that to combat drunk driving, he proposed that drunk drivers instead put sirens on top of their cars to alert other drivers that they are currently intoxicated so that other non-intoxicated drivers would know to avoid them on the road.
I think it's a different
Yeah,
thing
I
we're
think that
talking
would be
about
more
here.
effective.
I would
That would be more effective than having drunk people sitting in the back of automatic cars that could short circuit at any given second.
You know the bumper stickers that say "baby" on board. You could have "drunk" on board.
Well, you could, but I don't know. I don't know. This would be very interesting to see. I mean, people wouldn't be drunk driving anymore. But what if you were drunk and the car was driving itself and you forgot? You were like, holy shit, the car's driving itself. And then just tried to grab the wheel and then boom, drunk driving accident.
Maybe all this news about automatic cars never actually happened, except that we were all either dreaming or under the influence of something when we were thinking about it.
That's
What
either
if this
or
is
is how I
all
live
not
my
real?
life. It's
if-
not actually. It's just,
What if this is all a figment of our own sick, demented imagination?
it's all just yak. On that note, thank you for joining us tonight. What a segment, or 3. It was a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us, Minute Man and Minute Woman. Again, if you laughed, my name is Jake, and this has been Yak Back. If you haven't, my name's Tommy, and this has been the UMass Sports Weekly Show. Thank you for joining us. Always remember, weed is tight, and we'll see you next Thursday.